Hey everybody, Sunday morning here, well sorted. I thought I'd do a little intro video for a new project we just picked up. This is going to be kind of a long-term build we'll be documenting, but pretty excited. This one came in yesterday, and let's take a look. There she is, 1979 Ford Bronco. If you know your Broncos, this is the second generation, so when they went to the full-size bodies. So this truck is actually the brother of one of our team members here. He grew up driving it in high school and everything, rocked it around town here in Buena Vista, and it's been sitting for a while. But a really clean truck. It is mostly original. The classic, 70s brown paint scheme and all. He's got a little bit of a kind of 80s vibe going with these wheels. But you can see truck is very much rust-free, kind of minimal body damage. Some nicks and scrapes here from messing around as teenage boys do. But overall, in nice shape. I think last time this one was on the road was in 2013 or 2012 or so. We got sweet vintage Ron Paul presidential sticker out there. So this thing, we picked it up with the idea of building a pre-runner out of it. So if you know, we race Baja 1000 with a Class 12 buggy, and we've been pre-running using razors and stuff, but being that we're sort of a vintage resto-mod shop, I thought it would be really cool to have a vintage Bronco to pre-run. The most popular generation is the 80 through 96 Broncos because they have the TTB front end, and there's just a ton of parts for those. They're really popular down in Mexico because they can go fast through the rough. They have, lockable storage inside, carry a few people comfortably, and, they're relatively cheap to find, at least the starting points. And so you see a lot of guys pre-running in those generation Broncos. So this is a little different, being the kind of the first of the full sizes. This truck has a radius arm front suspension with solid axle and coil springs and leaf spring rear. So the big debate right now is how far are we going to go. Been thinking about doing a TTB swap on the front end, thinking about going full on 4-link in the rear with big coilovers and bypasses. And there's a nice 3-inch fender flare kit from AutoFab that would make this thing look pretty tough. So we could probably run 37s on it with a good bit of wheel travel, probably 16 to 20 inches. So that's an ambitious build plan, but it would be a really badass desert truck when it's done. Full cage inside, seats, harnesses, GPS, comms, etc. Fully intend to use this thing hard down in Baja. Do pre-running, do some camping maybe with it while we're down there. And maybe take it out to a NORA race or two. Depends how we build it as far as what class it falls into for the vintage truck builds. But, I think we're going to go probably heavier on the technology like we tend to do. Have fun with it and, let it fall in wherever it falls in if we get down to the NORA races with it. We're going to be having, some Instagram and picture content coming out. And also I'll start doing videos as we rip this thing apart. But right now we're in the planning stages. Just trying to get the parts list together, start getting some orders placed, and planning hopefully to build this thing over the next 6 to 12 months. We'll see how fast we can knock it out between all the customer builds because, as I said, this one is for us, in-house, our own project, but going to be really sweet when it's done. If you got any thoughts, hit us up in the comments. Tell us what you think of the build. If you think we're nuts and we should just restore it to stock, you can tell me that too. I might ignore you, but that's okay. And follow along as we get this thing underway.